Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from RNA Music.
That's right.
Your favorite mom and pop guitar shop and music lesson studio.
That's what we do.
Deep in the heart of Texas, which is where we are today. Today, if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, make sure you've hit the bell and subscribed and all that
Did
stuff.
that tickle you?
It did.
It always does. It's funny that you think it's so funny. I don't know why.
It does. I don't know why either.
Okay. Yes. Hit the bell. Subscribe.
Yeah. And we're going to answer some questions. Today is an Ask RNA video. Angela and I answer questions from all over the world about stuff and things.
People all over the world.
Sometimes people get mad about it, which is hilarious.
I know.
I'm so angry.
Y'all need hobbies.
About people talking on the internet about things.
About things
and
that
stuff.
really don't apply to me. Or affect my life in any
so
way.
Angry. So
oh
angry.
my gosh.
Let's see if we have any anger questions today. So let's get right to it. All right, and the first question is from Music and More. I think it's a store somewhere. I'm not sure.
Music
and More. Ryan, have you ever considered selling Charvel guitars? That's hard to say. Considered selling Charvel
Yeah.
guitars.
Consider selling.
I have not thought much about it. I've never been much of a Charvel guy. Like, it wasn't like, I mean, they're great guitars and they've been around a long time. They have a lot of history.
I've actually seen them. I know.
Yeah, but I'm not like, man, I love Charvels. Like,
Oh yeah.
if I was like a mega fan, like if I was a Robert Baker fan, like Robert loves him some Charvels.
I know that too.
He's a big fan. If I was like Robert, I'd be like, yeah, let's check into carrying those. You know, it's kind of a funny thing. You tend to carry, or the mistake that I've made a lot over the years is to carry the things that I'm interested in, that I personally like.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. And it's a big world.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people who like a lot of things that I don't like.
Right.
And not everybody likes what I like. But, I don't know if in East Texas, Charvel would be, because they're kind of pigeonholed.
Small niche.
A small niche.
Yes.
Of like old 80s rock guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, or middle-aged, not old. I didn't mean to say old.
Yeah.
My age. Age.
Yeah.
80 guys who love the 80s rock.
I would say 50s, 60s. Guys
50s,
that are in the
60s.
50s, 60s.
You know, I think that's what Charvel is known for, really, is that sort of 80s hair metal rock thing.
Right.
Kind of calling great guitars,
Yeah.
But no, I've never thought much about it because I'm just not really into those kind of guitars. So.
Right. There you go.
Yeah. Now, if Charvel came a knocking and made me a deal I couldn't refuse, that'd be a different story. I'd be open to testing it. Yeah. I've had a few companies approach me like, hey, let's make a deal. Let's do a thing.
Yeah.
You win, I win, we win together, kind of a let's see what happens.
Right.
And I'm like, all right. I wouldn't have thought to do that, but let's try that. So, if Charvel came a knocking and made me a deal that is a win-win,
right,
I would probably take that deal. So, there you go, Music and More. Thank you for the question. Next questione. Hank Rott's guitar. Question for you, Ryan. Is there a video game that you've accidentally lost yourself in? Like Tron got sucked in?
Accidentally.
I started playing the game and then looked at the clock and said, my God, it's been 6 hours. Never have I gotten lost in a game. Okay, that's a lie. I have many times.
Yeah.
Like many of you guys probably watching, because our demographic is, 40-year-olds
Yes.
and up.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up with video games. Like, we had a Pong system in the 80s when it came out, and then an Atari 2600 where I played Asteroids until I looped the score over to 0. So that's as a child. So, but as an adult, I think the last one that I really got lost into and still do is probably Skyrim.
Yeah.
There's been many times I started playing like, I don't know, 8 o'clock at night or something to get home.
Yes. There was that one game a non-Skyrim game.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in that dome with the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah. What's it called?
Yeah, you and the boys have gotten lost in that. Like, just like enthralled in that game, especially when you first got it. It's usually that with you with other games other than Skyrim when you first get it.
Yeah, it's.
And then after that, you're just like, I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
And then it'll take you months and months before you actually get back to being enthralled into it again.
Yeah, for sure.
That's usually your pattern.
I forgot. It'll come back to me.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just know it's
got dinosaurs.
A dome, like it's like an
enclosed
like
planet.
an ecosystem, little like a biodome, but dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. It's like Minecraft if there were dinosaurs trying to eat you.
Yeah. The boys were playing it just the other day. They were like, we haven't played this so long. And they're both playing it.
It's fun. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot it.
Nicholas was like, stop going over to my giant turtle and trying to kill it. And he's like, it's freaking me out.
There's megalodons in the ocean. Don't swim in
Yeah.
the water because the megalodons will come eat you.
Yeah. But yeah, he has gotten lost. But it's like very few and far between where you get like that kind of lost in it. You might pick it up. And he'll pick it up to kind of unwind after work sometimes. And then he's so tired during the loading screens, he falls asleep. So he doesn't really get to spend the time. He's like, oh crap, I really wanted to play this game, but I'm so tired.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't, and then he won't play video games for
There
a
were
while.
moments though back in like 2012.
Oh,
2012 when I was playing Skyrim in the early days where it's like, I'm just going to play it for a little bit longer. It's like, okay, it's midnight.
A little bit longer.
It's midnight.
I
I'm
can
fine.
make it to
I'll play a
1.
little longer. I was like, oh my God, it's 5 a.m. I wonder if I could get into bed and Angela won't notice.
No, I noticed. I noticed
4
at
a.m.
midnight.
4 a.m. Like, sneak in there real quiet. I can hear her snoring. She's asleep, allegedly. Oh, what time's you come to bed? I don't know. It's still midnight-ish.
Like, you liar!
After midnight. But yeah, for sure. There's I've had those. Not a lot lately. Like lately, I've,
No.
you know, because I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's like I start falling
As
asleep.
you spend more time, I think now it's like you get caught up editing for hours and hours and hours at a time.
Yeah.
And then before you know, you're like, oh my gosh, why am I so tired? Oh, because it's midnight and I've been sitting here at the desk trying to edit these videos for the past 4 hours.
Yeah. Editing videos is my video game.
Yeah.
Now. Actually, it's not. Video games are still my
Yeah.
when I get a chance. Nicholas just bought Elder Scrolls Online for my PlayStation 4. Mm-hmm. So I've been playing that. The last couple of nights I've played for 3 or 4 hours maybe. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of fun, but you know. But then I'm like, I gotta go to bed. It's midnight. We gotta get up.
We gotta
I can't
do
this.
things, productive things.
Thanks for the
Stuff
question,
and things.
Hank Rott's guitar. Yeah, I still get lost in video games from time to time. But all right. Next question, James Harrell, #nerd. Hey Angela, have you ever considered doing a video on the most common singing mistakes you need to help students with? From drifting off pitch to range problems, thick accents, you name it. I see this in the studio all the time. I would love to have a few good suggestions to offer to help vocalists out. I've heard about opening the head for higher notes, etc., but I don't think many others have. Thank you, Dr. Angela. Dr. Angela.
PhD. That's how we do it.
You ever consider doing some videos on vocal
I
stuff?
have not. We've talked about this before, I think like years ago. Someone has asked me to do how-to videos on singing and pitch and clarity. And I just don't have the time, like, at all.
YouTube's my thing.
To sit and talk to other than this. This is the extent of my sitting and talking to camera. I have a podcast that I do once a week, and even that, I really have to be very careful when I schedule it because I don't want to interrupt family time and all the other things that I have to do.
Work time.
I think maybe in the summer, because I have a conference that I'm planning in May, and like literally all my time is taken up.
All of your focus.
And my focus. So maybe after the summer, like in the fall, and I could probably think during the summer and plan and map something out, you know, what I want to talk about, how I want to deliver it, and stuff like that, maybe starting this summer. So yeah, keep keep on it, asking me and reminding me, those of you who are watching this. So it'll be like right here, and I can remember to put it in my planner to plan it out, to talk about it, because I do have a lot of people who ask me questions like that, especially on here. Or people will come in and have conversations, and they'll say, like, how do I stay on pitch? It's like, well, you practice just like you practice pinching down a string on a guitar, or you practice the perfect hand positions and on a piano or anything else. You practice it. It's internal, but it's still a practice that you have to be completely mindful of whenever you're singing, so that you don't, tilt your voice flat or sharp. So, yeah, I can try.
Well, what's interesting about teaching is it's going to be stuff that you like. How many times have you said the same thing to a bunch of different vocal students? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. Everybody has the same problems.
The same amount of
like same thing with guitar. Like I've taught, I don't know how many guitar students at this point, and like they pretty much all have the same struggles.
Yes.
So it's like I already know before they even start what I'm gonna have to correct them on, or adjust, move your wrist this way.
So let that be the foundation of what you're trying to say.
Yeah. So your video is just gonna be stuff you've already said 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Which I need to do more of on guitar, but
yeah.
You should. There was a comment the other day, hey, more videos with just Angela, please. And I was like, you a-hole.
But I love being with him.
I know. But I'm like, they just want to watch you.
I don't like being without him.
Right.
So you're just gonna have to suck it. No, I'm just kidding. Not you, James, but
not James
the haters.
Yeah.
So yes, I will try. I think that would be a good idea. Because I have not ever done that other than in lessons. So I just have to map it out and make sure that I stay on target and stay on point for each, topic like pitch and range and.
Breathing.
Yes, breathing techniques and
muscle
proper placement
control.
of your chin to your tongue, diaphragm control and all that kind of great stuff. So,
yeah, perhaps this summer. Stay tuned. Subscribe.
Yes.
Next question, Dave Weiss, #butthole. #nerd. I'm thinking of building a guitar inspired by an ESP MX250. Would it make more sense to use EMG 61 and 80 or 8160 set or the Het Set? Great question, Dave. I love EMG questions. You're wearing an EMG shirt?
What?
Looky there.
That was not even planned at all.
Not planned.
Y'all were like, yeah, it was. I'm like, actually, it wasn't.
Totally planned.
I was like, what is this? Who does this? And Ryan's like, EMG. I'm like, oh, yeah, there's like a little bitty patch
there's a logo
on the side. And I was like, oh,
what's Metalworks? I'm like, it's
EMG.
Just,
I'm trying to think of stuff to wear.
Angela, it's EMG. It really depends, because James used the 81 and 60 combo for quite a while. So if you want sort of classic James type sounds, I guess, as far as his pickups are concerned, the 81 and 60 is a great choice. The Het Set is kind of a newer thing. It's been around 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
So, the Het Set would be kind of the last 5 to 6 years James sound, modern sound, his live sound. You can go check that out. They put up a ton of live videos, which I enjoy from their concerts. That's awesome. So it just depends. I kind of like the Het Set right now, maybe a little bit more than the 8160, but
right.
It just depends. You want classic or modern James? That's sort of your choice.
See?
Or get both and just swap. They're so easy to swap.
They really are. I've watched him. I was like, oh, I could swap them. Do that.
You could. Super easy.
Barely
an inconvenience. Thank you for the question, Dave. I love EMG and James Hetfield questions. Next question, SPC. What do you think of the Epiphone 2020 models?
2020.
Inspired by Gibson. I have watched a few. They mentioned the QC was bad with some known fret issues. Lucas Fowler, Trogley, etc. Okay, so I guess a few YouTubers have done videos on the 2020 Epiphones and saying there's a few issues. I have not played or touched any 2020 Epiphones.
Yeah, he doesn't get out much.
I don't.
To go actually browse and put his hands on merch.
Yeah, I don't go to other stores very often.
Yeah. Because
there's not any around us.
Yeah, we have to be...
We have to travel.
Yeah.
We have to go to Dallas.
We're like, do we really want to go almost an hour to go look at something?
Yeah. Do I really want to go to Guitar Center to play on some Epiphones?
Well, while we're there, I mean, I guess we could go get a burger or...
Yeah. I have gone to the Guitar Center in Tyler a few times. We go to... If we're in Tyler, like...
Yeah. It's a small little...
Yeah, and they're nice people that work there.
Really nice.
The local people who work there. I'm not talking about the corporate overlords. But, the local people in the stores. And I'll go in there. I'm actually really proud of myself. The last 2 times we went to the Guitar Center, I was like, I got some money on my credit card, and, I could buy something if I wanted to on credit. You can't. If you have to use a credit card, you can't really buy it. If you can't pay for it in cash, you probably shouldn't buy it.
You shouldn't.
But I went in there.
You really
and I tried some stuff. I could have bought some stuff, and I didn't buy any stuff. I didn't even buy a bag of picks. I was in there. I was like, man.
What he needs to do is buy me a ukulele.
I can order you one from Kala. I've already bought you a couple of ukuleles, but you need more.
Yes, I do.
You should have as many as you want.
My 2 ukuleles compared to how many guitars you own?
Let's
get back to the question.
You had 3 ukuleles till you sold one.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? I don't know.
Getting your hands on it.
No, I haven't. I'll have to go watch those videos because it seems like there was a lot of hype about the 2020 Epiphones at the NAMM show. Like a lot of the YouTubers doing NAMM stuff saying, Epiphone 2020 Epiphones are amazing. They're fantastic. And now it seems like, I guess some YouTubers are getting them, buying them from stores and going over them, the fine tooth comb, and saying oh man, this one's got fret issues or something. So I have not personally had any experience with them, and I have not watched very many videos about it. So I'm gonna have to go watch some videos. But if any of you guys and gals have gone out and put your hands on some 2020 Epiphones, leave us your commentary and your thoughts down there below. So next time I'm in a bigger city and I have a chance to go play on some newer Epiphones, I will go check them out though. Thanks for the question, SPC.
What?
Next question, Julia
Baldassare.
Is that right? I don't know. Julia says, I like low action and medium action. RNA, do you like Kramer guitars for playability? I have a Telecaster and a Stratocaster. I find the Stratocaster easier to play. I have small hands. I like smaller and flatter necks. All right, Julia. That. Good question.
Because I have big man hands.
Angela's got...
See, look. It's not much difference. Like his palms are wider, but my fingers are just as long.
Our hands are fairly close to the same size.
Yeah.
You got face punching hands.
I do.
Knock a joker out hands. The Kramer thing is kind of like the Charvel thing. I kind of, Kramer and Charvel, I kind of put them in the same category. It's that very 80s Van Halen kind of, hair metal stuff. And I cannot remember the last time I played a Kramer.
Didn't we have one come through here to be restrung?
Maybe
a couple years ago.
Maybe. You don't see a lot of them out here. But when I was a kid, that's what I wanted. When I was 12 years old, I was like, I want a Kramer. Because that's what Van Halen plays, and that's awesome. And my parents got me not a Kramer.
It was like they did?
Like the furthest thing away from it. It was like
I knew that wasn't.
It was like a wood finish double cutaway Les Paul looking. It was a Takamine electric guitar, but it was like something Carlos Santana would play now.
Nice.
About as far away you could get from stripes and polka dots and flames. And I'm like, this is not cool.
Oh man, I want a polka dot guitar.
Yeah, because when I got older, I was like,
so awesome.
When I was older, and after I'd already traded off that guitar like an idiot, I was like, oh man, that was actually a really great guitar. Stupid. But no, same thing. I'm not really into that style of guitars. For me, it's like Gibson-esque style guitars.
Yeah.
Not even much Fenders. I don't love Strats and Teles. I mean, they're okay, but they're not what I really absolutely love. Which is funny because most of the guitars we have in the shop right now are Strats and Teles style bodies. I'm like, Well, we got all these Fender-ish guitars here. Like, what's going on? But you know, it's kind of funny. You said having smaller hands, you like smaller, flatter necks. It's like, I'm surprised that you like Strats and Teles, because the 25.5-inch scale length kind of feel to me that make it harder to play.
Yeah.
You might enjoy a 24 3/4 type guitar, which
I always think of Harry Potter when you say
24 3/4.
93 quarters.
What you should do, Julia, is if you ever get a chance to check out a CMG, because they have a Tele style and also a Strat S-type guitar. We'll have one here in a few weeks probably. That is a 24 3/4 scale length. So scale length you would like if you have smaller hands or you'd like less of a stretch, but you like that style of guitar. So stay tuned for that. And thank you for the question. Appreciate it.
Yeah, first time to ask her, I think.
Any of y'all out there like Kramer, please let us know. Yeah, I think that is Julia's. And I'm sorry I butchered your last name, Julia. Next question. Stephen Scharf. My question is, Ryan and Angela, what is your feelings on the new Batman movie? Also, I see there's a new Star Wars movie possibly in the works. Question for Ryan. What brand guitar picks do you use? Also, do you use medium, heavy, or light gauge? I use Ernie Ball heavy. All right. Phone. I better answer that because we're technically open right now.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, things done got crazy at RNA Music. We had to stop filming earlier. Customers coming in, and then I had some students coming in. So it was like, it's been crazy. So we're back now, except obviously no Angela. Yeah, so what happened was I was finishing my last lesson of the day, and her mom called, Angela's mom, and she had cut her hand. I don't know if she was cutting vegetables or doing something, but she cut herself. And so Angela had to leave the shop real quickly, go pick her up, go take her out to the emergency care clinic here in town. She's fine, but they're not going to stitch her up. They're going to glue her up. She just texted me. So Angela is taking care of her mama, getting her hand glued back together. So she's going to be out of commish the rest of the night. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the Ask RNA. It's going to be the Ask R for the rest of this. Sorry for the interruption. Let's continue. Stephen Scharf, my question, feelings with the new Batman movie. You know, I haven't thought much about it, honestly. I haven't really given it much thought. I saw there was a picture somewhere of... I saw there was a picture somewhere floating around Facebook or whatever of what's his face, Robert Pattinson, whatever his name, Edward, in the Batman suit, and it looked okay, I guess. But you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll probably go watch it just because, hey, why not? Maybe it'll be good. You never know. He might be great as Batman. Haven't dwelt too much on it, so you know. We'll probably go see it, though, I assume. New Star Wars movie in the works. He says, also, I see a new Star Wars movie in the works. I don't know, man. Like, I've not been happy with Star Wars for a while since Disney took over, so who knows? I like The Mandalorian. Mandalorian's been good. I'll probably go see it. All right. Question, Ryan, what brand guitar picks do you use? Also, do you use medium, heavy, or light gauge? Guitar picks, I use Ernie Ball heavies. Well, I am in my lesson room. Let me grab some picks. I relocated to the lesson room for the rest of this video. But I use either D'Addario Duralin, which is kind of their version. Focus. Probably not going to see it. But it's it's like a Tortex Sharp. But it's the D'Addario or Planet Waves version D'Addario. 1.5 millimeters. Super thick. And this bad boy is the Tortex, the Jim Dunlop version. Same stuff. Duralin, Tortex. It's the same material. But the both of them are the sharp tip. Sharp. So I use a combination of these. This is the one Jeff Loomis used for years. Now he has his own signature one, of course, but it's basically this. So I thought, if I buy this pick, I'll play like Jeff Loomis. Didn't really work out that way, but I do like the picks. And of course, the D'Addario one is a little more traditionally shaped. Plus it's black, but it's still the very pointy precision tip, which I like the really pointy tip. All right, I like the Dunlop ones because they're white, and if you drop them, they're easy to find. Sometimes the black pick is a little bit harder to find, but 1.5 millimeters, which is pretty thick. That's what I use. I used to use the 88s, which is the green Tortex, for a long time. Those are great. I still have a few laying around. Precision tip ones now. I use the blue ones, which are a little bit thicker than that. I think 1 millimeter. Purple is like 1.25 millimeters. And eventually I worked my way up to the 1.5 millimeters. That's what a lot of the shred guys sort of swear by. I do not shred, unfortunately. But I do enjoy the precision of a pick that's not very flexible. Like, it's an immediate response as soon as you pick. So that's what I like. 1.5 millimeters. That's my jam with the sharp precision tip. And that's all the questions from Stephen Sharp. Thank you, Stephen. Next question. Just Fun Guitar. All right. New question from Chris. Just Fun Guitar. A lot of people over here in England think Telecasters are mainly used for country music. Is it the same? Thoughts in the USA? Hashtag KTMA, hashtag nerd. Great question, Chris. Well, I would say predominantly people do associate the Telecaster guitar with country music still here in the United States. Although, of course, we all know, Jimmy Page used a Telecaster a lot in Led Zeppelin. I know he's associated with the Les Paul, but a lot of their albums he recorded using a Tele. The Rolling Stones, Keith Richards, I think used a Tele. Stones, is that right? A lot of Telecaster action, I think, there. Not a massive Stones fan, but I feel like the Stones use a Tele. Of course, you have John 5, who's ripping it up on a Tele. Jim Root had a Tele, So there are guys who, in the rock and even metal community, that use Teles. So, it's not that it doesn't exist in any other genre. But yeah, I think predominantly people feel like Tele is very much a country instrument. A lot of blues guys do like Teles, so there's a bit of, maybe not a lot. There are blues guys who like Teles for blues. But yeah, I think, if you're going to generalize it, still a lot of people associate the Tele with country stuff here. But, we could probably all name quite a few Tele players who are not country artists. But definitely super popular in the country crowd. If you go to a country show, either locally, regional country bands, or even the big-time country bands, yeah, you're going to see some guys playing Teles. So, yeah, it's maybe not quite as pigeonholed as it used to be, but I think still most people kind of think of that as a country instrument. You guys tell me, who is your favorite Tele player that is not a country artist? There's some out there, but let me know. What do you guys think about that? Do you still think it's mostly a country instrument, or has it broken out of the confines of country music into all kinds of music? So you guys let me know. Thanks for the question, Chris. Appreciate it, man. Next question, Bubba Fang. Okay, question, and I hope it gets answered. I'm getting into my bass amp to be used as my guitar amp. What is your take on using bass amps as guitar amps? Great question, Bubba Fang. I don't think there's a problem with that at all. Generally you can... Oh, I left my bass amp on, actually. It's on right now. I'm staring at it. I got an Ampeg here in the lesson room. I need to go turn that off in a minute. It's fine to use your bass amp as a guitar amp. It's not going to hurt it by any means. You don't generally want to play your bass through a guitar amp. I think we all know that. You can definitely play your guitar through a bass amp. The Fender Bassman was used quite a bit back in the day as a guitar amp. You're going to get a lot of low end, obviously, but it's fine. Certainly not going to hurt anything. Would it be my first choice? Probably not my first choice, but it can be done. You get a lot of clean headroom for sure. So, yeah, I mean, in a pinch, you could do it. Wouldn't be my first choice for my main guitar amp, but, certainly can be done. And it can get you out of a bind if something happens to your amp and you need to play through something. Yeah. Use it as a guitar amp. Just don't use your bass into a guitar amp. That can definitely cause some problems. So, thanks for the question, Bubba Fang. Next question. Hugh Caldwell. Hey guys, have you seen the new Star Trek Picard? I wish Angela was here right now because we just talked about this. I'm kind of interested in seeing it, but I don't want to pay for CBS All Access or whatever. We already pay for Netflix, and we have Disney Plus, and we have Amazon Prime. I think we have something else, Hulu maybe. I don't know. So signing up for CBS streaming service just to watch Picard, I don't think we want to do that because there's really nothing else on CBS we want to watch. That's what Angela said. She's like, there's nothing else on CBS I want to see. So I hate to spend the money for that. Which I kind of agree with her. Now, we have been watching a lot of Star Trek Voyager, or rather, Angela has been watching a lot of Star Trek Voyager. You can watch it on, I think it's on Netflix, and so she's been just streaming episode after episode. Usually when we get home and late at night, she's just, whether she's crocheting something or working on something for her conference or doing computer work or just, laying in the bed, like trying to relax after a long day. Star Trek Voyager, which I never watched back in the day. I was not big into any of the Star Treks except for Next Generation. I watched Next Generation a lot, but all the other ones, Deep Space Nine, Enterprise, I never watched any of those. So, but it's actually been pretty interesting. I'm kind of getting into Voyager right now. So we've been watching a lot of Voyager lately. I don't know if we'll ever watch Picard. Maybe if it comes to the point where you can watch it without paying for CBS, but thanks for the question, Hugh. Great question. Next question. LD. It's Leo in the house. Hey, guys. Being Texans, who are your favorite musicians from Texas? Hey, great question. So probably number one, there's a lot of great, fantastic musicians from Texas. A lot of great players, singers, all genres. But probably for me personally, my number one is probably going to be Dimebag Darrell, just because as a young guitar player, when I first started getting into like rock and metal and heavier stuff, I was a huge Pantera fan. Huge Pantera fan. My first real rock concert, I think when I was 19 or I don't even remember, 19 or 20, was like in 94, 95. It was Pantera in Dallas. They were crazy good. Blew the doors off the place. It was just phenomenal. So I've seen Pantera 3 times, and obviously, being Texas guys, and I love Dimebag's guitar playing. I love Vinnie Paul's drumming. I thought he was fantastic. Rex is a killer bass player, So being into the rock and metal guitar stuff, huge influence on me as a young musician. So probably number one, Dimebag Darrell. Of course, you got Stevie Ray Vaughan, who's friggin' amazing. I don't love the blues. I respect the blues, and I teach basic 12-bar blues stuff to some of our students because it's just something everybody should know how to play some 12-bar blues. It's foundational to modern music. Country wouldn't be here, rock and roll wouldn't be here without the blues. I'm not a massive I love blues music and that's my thing. Pardon me, I got all choked up talking about the blues. Maybe I do love the blues. Stevie Ray Vaughan though, I can listen to Stevie. Just I love him. Love his playing. ZZ Top. I mean, come on. I mean, my beard, I've trimmed my beard lately. It was quite a bit longer. ZZ Top, fantastic. Love those guys. So many great players, you know. Dave Abruzes, played drums. Pearl Jam from Texas. Great guy. Who else? There's so many. But the main ones, you know, the ones that come right to the top of my head, of course, Dimebag Darrell, Stevie Ray Vaughan, you know, ZZ Top, Billy Gibbons. Like, you know, when I think of Texas musicians, I think of those guys immediately. Eric Johnson lives in Texas. Like, he lives in Texas. I think he's from Texas. He's been here for a long time, but he's a phenomenal Texas musician. Is great. I believe he is from Texas. Yeah, and there's a bunch of other people out there, but those are the main ones off the top of my head. That's not even getting into all the country guys. There's a lot of phenomenal country players from Texas, but you know, I'm a little bit more of a rock guy, and that's kind of my background and what I love. So there you go. Who are you guys' and gals' favorite musicians from Texas? Let me know below. Who's your favorite Texas artist? No wrong answers. Thanks for question, LD. Final question. Yay! Daniel Crow. #nerd. Do you all have experience with Devilcat amps? If so, are they too much for a bedroom player? I am interested in them, but not sure they're not a lot more than I need / can use. All right. Great question, Daniel. Yes, I have experience with Devilcat. We've been Devilcat dealers for 5 years, I guess. Several videos with some of them. I don't think they're too much at all for a bedroom player. The Jimmy, which is my favorite of their amps currently. The Jimmy is a 50 watt, and it's not too loud, you know. Actually, I had a guy in here the other day playing it. He said, "I wish it was louder." I was like, well, you know, he didn't. I don't think he had the master turned up all the way, but you could play the Jimmy, which is 50 watts at bedroom levels, and it sounds fine, you know. I think people make too much about that with being able to, you got to crank an amp to max it out to get the most amazing tone ever. And I'm like, you know what? I run my dual rec at half power. Actually, I used to run it at half power. Right now, it's actually back to full power. I bought new tubes for my Mesa dual rec. I run it, you know, like full power, but I still turn it down to very low volumes, and you can get great sounds, you know, at low volumes. Devilcat is fine for that. I think their highest wattage amp is, I think, the Missy, and it's 60 watts. So they don't really make anything bigger, more powerful than 60 watts. So I think you're fine with them. You know, most of the time, I don't play crazy loud. In lessons, obviously, we don't just blow our ears off, because I couldn't do that all day long, cranking amps, right? Lesson levels, which I would call bedroom levels, and practice levels, you know. Now, does it sound great when you crank them up loud? Sure. But they also sound, to me, they sound good at low volumes as well. So I think you'd be fine with it. You know, are you going to experience what it can really fully do at bedroom levels? No. You know, if you're outside or you have a gig where you can really turn it up, you're probably going to get the most out of it. But you can still get great sounds at what I consider bedroom levels. Out of most amps, I can't think of an amp really that it's just like, oh, it just sounds bad. You know, now there are some amps where they go from off to barely on, and barely on is pretty loud, you know, for some situations, but nah. I think you can totally use the Devilcat stuff in a bedroom situation, and it would be fine. So those are my thoughts. Those are our opinions. Interesting Ask RNA today. Bit crazy. Sorry Angela couldn't be here for the rest of the video, but she's taking care of her momsers. And you know, family is more important than YouTube. As much as we love you guys. And we do, and we appreciate you, and we thank you so much for watching our videos. If you have a question for next week, please type it below in the comments section of this video. We will try to answer those questions next week. Angela should be back 100% for the full video next week, so make sure to ask her some questions. I know she appreciates that. And, oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, if you watch this whole video from the beginning to the end, the whole video, it means you guys are freaking awesome. You're amazing. And we have a secret hashtag of the day. If you type that in with your question and or commentary, we'll know that you watched the whole video. Please don't type it in unless you watch the whole video. It's not like, we're not giving away free stuff. It's just a thing for us to know if you happen to watch our video. I can go in the analytics. I can see, you know, if there's blips where, oh, people really like this one question about a certain guitar brand. And as soon as that question was over, they were gone. I mean, I can see that in the analytics, you know. But, you know, it's nice to know which of you guys and gals do watch the whole video. So if you do, secret hashtag of the day is... secret hashtag of the day is hashtag Texas Music. Yeah, Texas Music. Leave that as your comment hashtag of the day. And we will know that you watched the majority of this video. If you don't get it all in one sitting, that's fine. But if you watch the whole thing, beginning to end, that's just our little secret between us and you. And we like to know that. So thank you so much for doing that. And until the next video, keep the music alive. Don't forget it. The music needs you. We need the music, and we need to keep it alive for the next generation of musicians coming up wherever they live. Let's keep it great. Let's keep it exciting. Let's keep it positive. There's a lot of negativity out there right now in the world and in YouTube. So let's try to keep it positive, which I appreciate you guys and gals generally always do. We have a great community here. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us. And we'll see y'all in the next video. So excited. Gotta go.